I'm Aaron Baker from PhoneDog.com, and Oppo's newest device, the N1, is finally in the office. Let's take a look at their high-end device in the unboxing. Oppo's latest smartphone is here at PhoneDog West. It's the Oppo N1. Available now in China, got some awesome specifications that really bring Oppo into the spotlight. Specs-wise, you're looking at a 1.7 gigahertz quad-core Snapdragon 600 CPU. You got a 5.9-inch HD display here. It's a 1080p full HD display with 377 pixels per inch. It's IPS. You got a big 2 gigabytes of RAM, 13 megapixel camera. Really a nice device from a spec standpoint all around with a Snapdragon 600 CPU, 13 megapixel camera, like I said, with obviously 1080p HD video recording capabilities. And what makes it really unique is the ability to rotate around. So instead of having a front and a rear facing camera, you got a rear facing camera that's 13 megapixels that flips around to make a 13 megapixel front facing camera as well. There are a wealth of goodies under the hood. We're going to get started in the full unboxing. Thanks to Oppo for providing us with a unit, and also thanks to our partners at Best Buy Mobile for giving us devices kind of like Oppo, the N1, for use in our One Paw Bandit giveaway game. When you go into Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working, so while you can't get an Oppo at Best Buy, they'll walk out, or they'll make sure rather, you walk out working where your contacts are set up, your emails are set up, and more. So when you walk out the door, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about setting all that stuff up at Best Buy Mobile. But here's what the box looks like, and again, thanks to Oppo for providing a unit. Here is the phone itself, a big phone by all stretches of the imagination. 5.9-inch display, like I said, really a long device here, and we'll take a look at that in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and go through the packaging here and see what comes out of the box. You can see manuals here as you would expect, SIM card removal tool, and you got your Oppo quick guide, you got your Oppo Russian as well, not Oppo Russian, Russian instruction manual. And we'll go ahead and put that stuff back in the box. You got your earbuds here as well, and then some goodies in this little box. Let's see what we got here. You got an AC adapter module. It is a US-based AC adapter module and a USB cable, and then you got some earbuds here as well, which look like pretty nice earbuds. They're wrapped around with a volume control here and nice in-ear earbuds, not the ones that sit on the outside, which if you're like me, my ears are a little bit too small. I can't handle the ones that sit on the outside because they always fall out. So you get quite a bit here in the box, and Oppo was nice enough also to include the O-Click Bluetooth remote control, which we'll take a further look, or a closer look rather, at in the full review. We won't take a look at this in the unboxing, but you can see it's Bluetooth connected. You can use this for stuff like the camera, for example, if you're at a distance and you activate the camera here and you put it towards you like that, for example. You can use this to snap pictures on the fly. A nice little Bluetooth accessory, fits on the keychain. We'll take a look again in the full review, but they were kind enough to send that over. So let's peel this sticker off. That's a good peel too. And to see that 5.9-inch display, this is a big phone by all counts. I mean, just comparing by holding up, for example, the Galaxy camera here so you can see what the size difference is. And this thing doesn't even fit in the frame of this camera. You can see it's a big phone. And it's not necessarily just big, it's wide, it's long. I mean, it's a huge phone all around. That's gonna be great for people that like to do content creation on their device, and it brings some nice specs under the hood as well, or some software goodies, if you will, under the hood. But let's take a look and see what comes out of the box. You can obviously see Oppo's user interface running atop Android. Oppo's user interface is called Color, and you're seeing it here. And you have the option as well for Cyanogen Mod. So they're embracing the developer community with Cyanogen Mod. This one has Color on it. And again, I should point out this is not a final software version. So if we see a couple of hiccups, just keep that in mind. This thing has a nice big 3,610 milliamp hour battery, so pretty honking big battery by all counts. And you got, of course, your touch area back here on the back of the device itself. So let's go through some dimensions as well. 170.7 by 82.6 by 9 millimeters. Thin, so nice thin device all around. Really nice chamfered edges here. You've got your power button and volume rocker on the right spine. You've got micro SIM card slot over here on the left. Nothing up top. 3.5 millimeter headphone jack and micro USB charging port down at the bottom. And you can't probably see it on camera, but there's a little area here I can use to scroll. And I haven't quite gotten the hang of it, but you can see I'm doing it without touching the device itself, or did do it there just for a second. Let me see if I can get it to operate again here. Not pressing the right area. It's right, find the sticker, it's right here. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. And you can see it's moving back and forth thanks to my touch. So really a cool little feature there. That is on the back of the unit. Something new to the N1, and again, running Android right here, Android 4.2, or Color is based on Android 4.2, I should say. Out of the box applications include the typical stuff. Of course, you're seeing Oppo's Skin here, phone, contacts, messages, email. Then you get your Google services as well. Themes, OCloud, tools and security. These are all in folders as well. Virus detection, applications, data saving. And I can sort those alphabetically if I want to. I've got capacitive menu, home, and back buttons down here at the bottom as well. And of course, here's what my notifications area looks like. I also want to show you the gesture panel here, which you can access just by swiping down. And of course, I can do something like a circle, for example, and I can ascribe that to something. Like when I draw a circle, activate the camera. When I draw a V, activate messaging. When I draw a Z, activate another application. So a nice little shortcut there. Instead of actually going to the camera app itself, you can do that. And of course, you've got your normal notifications area here as well with your shortcuts, and then you can scroll down to access more shortcuts like GPS sync, Bluetooth, airplane mode. Take a look at Wi-Fi, ring, screen rotation. I can easily access my settings right there. So general sound and display organized out here. We're taking a look at, again, this is my first time taking a look at this device itself as well. So wallpaper, lock screen pattern, sleep, auto rotate screen, and I've got, of course, this thing like I showed you on the back where I should be able to rotate between these and scroll up and down just like that without actually touching the device. So a cool little feature, takes some time to get used to, but you can see I'm doing that again without touching the actual display itself. Sound and display, and then of course auto rotate screen, all the typical stuff you would expect. Let's turn that battery percentage on. You know my love for battery percentages. And then holiday, festival wallpaper. Holiday wallpaper is about that time of the year I could use a holiday wallpaper, which is a cool little feature. But of course, themes here as well. There are online screen locks, local screen locks I can turn on, for example, card unlock or weather, or let's just do card, for example. Now it's being used, so I'll turn the phone off and back on just to see what it looks like. And there we go, a little bit of a different unlocking mechanism there. Let's see how we unlock. I don't know if I press and hold here or what the actual ordeal. I'll drag an icon to the bottom to unlock. Boom. I can do it just like that. So a couple of different unique features here. Interactive screensavers. I've got my general stuff here as well, all the typical stuff, mobile networks, Bluetooth, etc. And then of course sound stuff down here also. Let's take a look at the keyboard on this device. Messaging, 5.9-inch display. You can see this thing is relatively fast. You've got 2 gigabytes of RAM and again a 1.7 gigahertz CPU, quad-core Snapdragon 600 CPU. Here's what the keyboard looks like. And I can either swipe it, which obviously it is not picking up my words. We'll say, hey there, how are you? And I don't have autocorrect turned on either. So how are you doing? And you can see very heavily customized to Oppo's user interface here with a different look and feel, different send button. I can add people, etc. And then of course my menu down here. This is another cool feature I pointed out a little bit earlier. Wallpaper, effects, and themes. So I can do sunshine and harbor, for example. If I'm dreaming of a vacation, lake and hill, elegance, and more. I've got some effects down here. Default mode, I can do tilting. So when I tilt back and forth between the home screens, it'll be more of a tilting option as opposed to some of the other things there. And a wealth of other software features, which we're going to cover a little bit later in the full video review. I don't want to spoil it too much, but one of the biggest things I want to talk about before we sign out, the 13 megapixel camera here and how it rotates. So for example, we'll go ahead and crank open the camera so you can see what I'm talking about here. 13 megapixel shooter, obviously it's turned away from me. I can turn it up front like that, and then it automatically rotates. What's nice about this, again, is 13 megapixels right in the front of my face as opposed to dealing with some sort of 1.3 megapixel shooter or a 2 megapixel shooter. I've got a full 13 megapixel camera right here, and I can snap the picture just like that and then easily rotate back and forth. And with, of course, my added accessory here, I can use Bluetooth and be on the fly, and I can put the phone up like this and snap a shot if I wanted to, and use this to click it from afar. So really nice options here. They've got a nice little accessory ecosystem going. I'm excited to see how this performs not only in China, but perhaps, hey, in the US as well. Oppo's known for their DVDs and Blu-ray and things like that in the US. Maybe they can pick up some market share in the smartphone space. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com. I'm on Twitter at PhoneDog_Aaron. Let me know what you think of Oppo's newest device, the N1. Let me know what features you want to see covered in the full review. I know there's a lot of new goodies on this device. Want to get down and dirty in this device and take a look at what makes it an awesome smartphone, not just in China, but around the world with some nice new features. Let me know on Twitter at PhoneDog_Aaron, Facebook, Facebook.com/HiAaronBaker. And as always, I'll see you next time.